You probably have noticed it too. Across offices, industries, and cities, most working professionals seem stuck around one number 50,000 rupees per month in India. Does not matter if they are 24 or 34, does not matter if they are man or woman, even married women, experienced creatives, or team leads. Somehow, everyone circling that same number. And it's not just a salary, it's become a glass ceiling, unspoken but very real. You get promoted, but the hike is tiny. You switch jobs, but the band stays the same. You grow older, but the income gap does not spike, and no one talks about it. So the question is 50,000 the new middle class limit in India? And if yes, how did we end up here? Because this is not just about income, it's about hope, skill, lifestyle, and the cost of being average. We see it everywhere. People in their late 20s or early 30s, often highly educated, working hard, and still earning somewhere around 40 to 50,000 per month. Even people who have been working for 7, 8, or sometimes 10 years, let's break this pattern down. So we are aware of the thing, what is happening. There's an invisible ceiling forming around this 50,000 number. It's not a law, but it's a limit, a psychological salary bracket that has become the unofficial endpoint of growth for most professionals. Your company policies, your HR bands, and your hiring managers, they all seem to be operating with this quiet salary cap in their mind. And let's be real, this is not about underperformers. This affects the average Indian urban professional, college graduates from tier 2 and tier 1 cities, designers, writers, sales reps, and operation managers. And yes, techies and finance folks break this, but only if they are in high leverage roles. Everyone else, they plateau at 50,000 and they stay there for years. So this ceiling usually hits at the age 27 to 30. It is the point where you have had some experience, maybe even switched jobs. But instead of acceleration, the graph flattens. There's no jump, no well sleep, just stability and then quiet stagnation. And this trend is visible across cities: Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and this is catching up in other cities too. Your rent is rising, grocery bills is up, income still stuck. This is making people being one medical emergency away from death. When we try to understand why this is happening, the first reason which comes to our mind is too much supply and too little leverage for employees. India produces lakhs of graduates every year, and most of us have similar skills: basic English, basic tools, basic communication. Companies don't want to pay more because there's always someone who will do it for less. The second reason is most people are replaceable and not remarkable. If you are not learning rare skills like UX thinking, strategic storytelling, negotiation, or growth marketing, you are in a commodity pool. And in a commodity pool, price always stay flat. The third one is lack of financial urgency, which creates a false comfort. Here's a hard truth: 50,000 feels comfortable for many. You can rent a flat, order Zomato, go on one trip every year, but it's not enough for buying a home or building home, raising kids, retiring early, or escaping the 9 to 5 trap. 50,000 gives you just enough to not panic, but not enough to feel free. Cost of living erodes the feeling of progress. So the 50,000 numbers we are talking about current days. Salaries increase, but the inflation keeps up. You are earning 20% more, but the rent goes up because your landlords knows it too that market rates have risen. The fifth point is that there is no alternate vision of growth. Most people don't know what's next. They don't plan beyond SIPs or EMIs. They don't think in terms of value creation or asset building. So they don't grow. They just continue. If you plan to break it, that's the question we answer in next session. This won't happen through HR raise or inflation bumps. You will have to design a breakout through rare skill, side income, ownership of something, an idea, a project, a small business, or by moving from worker to value generator. Let's be honest, no one is coming to break the ceiling for you. There's no secret HR letter or miracle promotion. To go beyond 50,000, you need a new system. you need to stop playing by the salary game and start building your own value game. The first step starts from shifting from doing to owning outcomes. If your job is just ticking tasks, you will always be replaceable. But if you lead projects, drive revenue, manage outcomes, you become someone people pay more to keep around. So start asking your manager, how does my work impact the business bottom line? You need to do homework if you don't understand the meaning of bottom line. General skills lead to generic pay. Instead, focus on mastering data storytelling and not just Excel. Learn growth copywriting and not just content writing. Go into UI audits and not just graphic design. 50,000 rupees per month skills are crowded and 1 lakh skills are quite powerful. The third one is building a second source of income and not a side hustle, because you don't need 10 side hustles. And let's be real, you don't need 10 side hustles. You need one alternate identity where people pays you for your knowledge. So you can start with weekend freelancing, paid communities, coaching or content. A second 20,000 rupees per month income does two things. First, boosts your savings, and second, gives you leverage to leave your bad job. The fourth one is redefining investment. Stop thinking investing only means SIP or gold. Invest in access, exposure, and energy. Go to meetups, pay for coaching, travel to co-work from a new city. Take unpaid work that builds rare experiences. In today's world, visibility is currency, and no one pays what they don't see. The fifth one is change your circle, change your questions. You can't break ceiling surrounded by people who have accepted them. Find people who talk in lakhs, not thousands. Build things, not just complete tasks. Ask, how can I earn 5x and not how can I save 500. You need more ambition in your year. 50k per month is not a problem. Staying there without question is a problem. You deserve more, but more would not come by waiting. It comes by upgrading your input, your skills, and your mindset. So, your next income leap would not be given to you. It will be built and by you only. And today in this video, I talked about 50,000 rupees per month in India. But this problem is common across Asia. In Philippines, PPO workers with 8 years of experience still make $500 to $800 per month. In Indonesia, marketing managers often top out at Indonesian 8 million, which is around 45,000 Indian rupees. In Vietnam, non-tech roles in HR or admin average around 8 to 10 million VND, which equates to 30 to 35,000 rupees in India. This trend is common across the region, and the reason might be young population is in oversupply. Education is not matching industry expectations. Most jobs are in low leverage sectors like support, admin, or basic operations. There's a cultural mindset of safe job instead of taking high risk leap. The corporate structure is there, rewarding loyalty and not impact. But here's the twist. In every one of these countries, the people who break out are freelancing internationally, working remotely for United States or EU clients. They are monetizing niche skills like animation, UI skills, storytelling, software as a service marketing, or launching their own business. They are earning much more than the 50,000 baseline, but without waiting for local salary corrections. So this is not a country problem, it's a career design problem, and it's a warning. If you don't want what most people do, you will. If you do what most people do, you will earn what most people earn, no matter the city.